Katy Perry is on the air this morning with us here at KIIS FM. She's got the new song, Never Really Over. We've a lot to talk to Katy about, Jackie.
It's been a long time, right?
Been a long time. There's a lot to get through. We've got her on. She's off the market now too, Jackie. Hi, honey.
Sounds like you're the most disappointed one, Kyle. You thought you had a chance.
Yeah, he always thinks he does.
Hey, listen, once I saw Orlando's...
After all these years.
Once I saw Orlando's dick hanging out on that surfboard, I knew, he got no chance.
His heart. His heart.
His heart, yeah, that's right. How have you been? I just watched a video of you jamming in a bathroom with seems like a whole band. This was like just minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm doing really well, thank you. I miss you guys. I miss Australians. I miss them so much. I watched Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, a couple of nights ago for the very first time.
Oh, really?
I learned a couple of, I didn't know about chukkas, and now I'm saying chukkas to everyone, and they're just looking at me, and they're like, what, are you on something? And then I also realized I've never been to Alice Springs, and that's going to be a place I'm going to have to just go to now.
You're going to have to. Hopefully, you put some of that Alice Springs stage work to play in your concerts. You remember the Asian on the in the thing there? She had a particular technique.
Yeah, my favorite is when they put up they were like lizards or whatever, and they put up their little fans behind their head, and I was like, I'm making a note of that.
How good is it? It's a frilled neck lizard. Yes, I love that. That's amazing.
I can see you would have loved watching that.
That's right up your alley. You would love that. Hey, the new song, Never Really Over, fantastic, doing so well, but all your stuff does well. Is it, as you roll through the years, and I know that I tell this to a lot of people that aren't music artists or music stars, it's one thing to get a record deal. It's another whole ball game, staying relevant, putting out new songs. That's the difficult part of life, right? Still doing what you love and putting out stuff that people want to hear and people want to buy. That's not easy.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest, I had a really good run, but I haven't always, hit the mark. I've had some really important balancing, humbling moments in the past few years that have, really taught me some really great lessons and values about what makes you happy. Like, what does make you happy? Like having a number one song, or like happiness in your mental health or your family. And I'm just grateful that I get along with my family. Everybody's well. Knocking on wood right now, wherever wood is, just doing it on my forehead. And that, people actually embrace this song because, I was putting the finishing touches on this song last year when I was finishing my tour in Australia. I actually went to the studio, and I never do this. I never write or record while I'm on tour because I just have to stay focused on one thing. But I decided, Zed was coming out. He was going to open up some shows for me in Australia, and I might as well take advantage of him being a fantastic producer. And we had this song, Never Really Over, and so we just put finishing touches on it and basically been sitting on it for over 8 months. And I'd heard it, I'd listened to it over 1,000 times, and I was like, I don't know if it's any good anymore.
Yeah.
When you have something forever, you're like, I'm not sure if it's any good.
Yes.
And it's out into the world, and it was a great reaction, and I'm really grateful for it.
Yeah, we've been loving it. And how are you and Orlando going? Are we going to see a wedding this year, or are we going to get a long engagement?
Well, you always want the wedding straight away, Jackie. Let him love for a while before the wedding.
Yeah. Well, I think we're doing really great, and we're really doing the hard work and laying a beautiful foundation before we start to build a massive house. You know what I mean? Metaphorically.
You're building a monster, like a Kanye Kim monster, or what are you dealing? What are we dealing with here? How big?
I'm saying more figuratively. I'm saying it like emotionally. Okay. It's some. It's important for us to really do the work before we go and take this really big next step, because I was married before, and it's not the same in your 30s, as you know.
You're right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We know. We
Jackie's
can relate.
been through a few weddings herself. Not so bad. She knows.
Yeah, look.
Can you give me some advice?
Oh,
don't come to me for advice.
It's the last person you want advice.
Would you go to Elizabeth Taylor for advice?
I would go to her closet.
Yeah, same, definitely.
You and the Taylor Swift thing there. How did that come about from two supposed opposite ends of the scale superstars? How did you guys heal that wound?
Well, it kind of was a process. I sent her a literal olive branch and a note apologizing for my part in all of it. When she started her Reputation tour, I just thought, she was about to embark on something new and big and needed the support. And truly, it was like, as I was finishing mine, I realized how much we have in common, and maybe there's only 5 other people in the world that can have the same type of conversations and understand where we're coming from, and that we should celebrate our commonality and our friendship and to be able to be there for each other. So after that, there was some time in between, but I started seeing her around at different, like the Oscar parties when she was accompanying her boyfriend. And I just went up to her and I was like, hey, it's been a long time, and I think we've grown up a little bit, and I just wanted to say I'm sorry and that I'm really here for you, and that I love you, and I hope that we can be friends in the future. And so we started talking a little bit and trusting each other, because it's about trusting.
Sure.
And she got my number and we started texting, and she had this really cool idea, and I said, yeah, let's talk about it. And she invited me over to her house, and she made me some cookies, and she actually makes those cookies, and they are actually so delicious.
Yeah. I knew they would be.
Yeah, and I brought
Katy, that could have gone wrong. Imagine if you'd have gone up and you've done all that, and she said, "Go fuck yourself." Like, what would you have done then?
I would have let go and let God. I mean, I would have let go and let God. And I'm glad that it did, because I think that both her and I, we have influenced young people, and especially young girls who are in this type of situation day in, day out at school, and are
it's
going
a great
through
message,
similar
don't you think? I think it's a great message to the fixing of all of that, whatever that was.
When you can kind of move past it. But when you went to her house, I'm assuming it was just you and her, did you feel, was it a little awkward at first? Did it take a while?
And her cat. I said, the only way I'm coming to your house is if I can hold your new cat.
Oh, melted her. Baby. That's all you know what you're doing.
So after that, it just became like that was it. It was all good again.
Yeah, I mean, I think she like, I can trust her and she can trust me, and we'll see each other in the halls of the music industry and not avoid each other, and we'll embrace. And I think it's amazing that we have had this opportunity to change, and I just hope that other people can learn from it too.
You're that's something to really look up to and respect. And I think you've always been very lovely, very giving, generous. We've always loved you. We've always got on really well. You've always been super kind to us, and I'm just so glad. I'm very happy for you.
You flagged me off the moment I get off the line. I know that's
no,
true.
we're not. No way. No way. Are you kidding?
We have never ever slagged you off.
Never.
Ever.
No.
Okay, good.
No. Oh, well, Katy, thank you so much for talking to us. It's so good to have you back. We want you back in the country so you can come in person, because we need to see you.
Bring that boyfriend back. Him and I have got a history. I used to get his mail because I moved into his old house. So I used to get all these invites and all these stupid groupie fan mail.
Well, I'm sure you used a couple of them.
Oh, yeah. I went to the Oscars and everything as him. It was crazy. Look, we love you.
That's not true.
No, not true.
As if they believe you're Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, I've let myself go a bit. Katy Perry, Never Really Over. It's out right now. Katy, see you when you get here. We love you. Thanks for chatting to us this morning.
Bye, doll.
I love you guys.
Bye, honey.
I love you, Jackie.
See you,
love you,
Bye.
Katy. Bye.
Katy Perry on the air this morning here at KIIS FM.